It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal.
Goodbye, Ernie.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber. And we've got... What? That's right, T.A. You and I both, maybe after the broadcast, you and I can swing over there for a bite. And the NBA season can be a long one, Chris. How important were team functions and team events during the season as a way to relieve some of the stress of the season?
Oh, man, if you're on a good team and a good team in the locker room, then you really don't even have to have team functions because you're going out, hanging out after every practice, going to play golf on warm days.
It's just natural, right?
Yeah, it's just natural. You're eating with guys, hanging out with guys, and so it is everything because really these are the guys that you're playing for, and the better chemistry, the better the team, I've always believed. And so team functions, hanging out with the guys, always important.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. They've got Thomas. Larry Nance out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Harden, and it's Valanciunas, and at the small forward. Harden, Chandler with the rebound. And Pittsburgh with the possession here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
Well, because you can do a bunch of things well, but if you're incapable of scoring, none of the rest of that stuff really matters.
Nice job coming off that screen. Booker's got his first basket.
And that's the part of Horford's game that doesn't garner much attention. Great at setting screens to spring open his teammates.
And Parsons kicks to Valanciunas. Kicks it out to Harden. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Dunn passes to Chandler. To the wing on the left. Lets it go with the three. That's good from Horford on the assist by Livingston. Horford's got his first 3 points of the game.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he caught it. Just outstanding and giving the D no time to react.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates, he just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
Pass to Valanciunas. 6 on the shot clock. Over Booker. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Pittsburgh, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Passes to Dunn. Booker outside. Can't hit that one. And Milwaukee the other way now. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. The way he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
To the wing right side. Livingston kicks to Booker. Takes the three. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
Horford continues to show us that he loves to drink.
Bucks trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Thomas, no good. For Pittsburgh, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, one interesting fact about Sean people might not know is that he was named Mr. Basketball in Illinois in his high school days. That's an honor he'll always cherish.
Pittsburgh shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. Livingston hits both of them. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Booker against Thomas. There's the pick. Harden outside. Overdone. Here's Parsons. And so the first quarter is in the books. Pittsburgh leads by 8. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, when you consider how Pittsburgh is doing, your thoughts?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Oh, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast. They better watch out.
They've got Livingston, Chandler out there with Horford. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's done in at the 1 spot. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Nance. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Harden in at the point. 4 on the shot clock. Thomas kicks to Nance. Over Horford. And the shot no good, a bit short.
D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Here's Booker. That one doesn't go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man and a selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
On the wing, Booker launches it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career? Something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I have one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head. And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hotel with my headphones on. I figured that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story. Bucks trail by 3. Al Harden. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia.
And where I thought he was out of his mind was the playmaking. Time and time again, he set his teammates up for the easy bucket. Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Well, James Harden has always acted as the initiating guard in any offense he's been in, but last year he just took it to a new level. Coach D'Antoni, Harden was running the offense. He ended up with double-digit assist numbers for the season.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Takes the 3. Harden can't hit. For Pittsburgh, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Dunn dishes to Livingston. Over Valanciunas. Livingston, no luck. And those assist numbers for Harden, a career high by a mile. Crazy to think a player who came in from Arizona State, was viewed as a spot shooter, is now a double-digit assist guy.
You know, people always debate whether or not Harden is a point guard or a shooting guard, but honestly, who cares? He just has game. His role in the offense is that of getting buckets or setting up teammates. I mean, to assign a label to him, for what? He has game.
Screen by Valanciunas. Harden right side. Thomas against Booker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Devin Booker. And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
Horford high post. Nance on him. Again, the miss by Booker.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here is Harden. 8 points for him. Outside Thomas. There's the screen. Valanciunas passes to Parsons, and Parsons slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit, too. Makes the right read, go straight to the rim.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille. For Milwaukee, the first quarter was not an easy one. The deficit for them at one point grew to 8 points in the period. They did not come out of their warm-ups with their A game. They got on a more positive track in the second quarter, coming together offensively and getting an... And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull. Dunn is out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Livingston. Then there's Horford. And it's Chandler in at the center, walking down the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. A pull-up. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Dunn's got it all tied up now for Pittsburgh. Harden with it. Screened by Valanciunas. Harden outside. Poked away, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Pittsburgh.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
It's hauled in by Dunn. Pittsburgh shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done for the lead. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Greg, the Bucks can be a fearsome defense when things are clicking.
And the Bucks will do it with several approaches. I mean, great numbers in terms of steals and blocks. They force a lot of turnovers with their pressure and ball hawking skill. It's just a matter of when the offense can catch up to the defense.
And, of course, NBA players have all reached this pinnacle through dedication, through very hard work. Chris, do you talk about the hard work and effort that goes into playing and succeeding at this NBA level?
Well, if you're in high school or middle school, when your friends are at the movies, you're on the basketball court. When your friends are hanging out at a party, you're at the basketball court. When your friends and his family on vacation, you're at the basketball court. I don't think many people understand the dedication. You know, for many guys, it's more than 4 hours a day in the gym. And a lot of that is just sitting in the gym, just smelling the gym. You know, of course you're going to work out, of course you're going to shoot, but it's everything basketball. You know, on my wall I had Dominique, Magic, Bird. I had all these guys, Isaiah, cut out magazines, and I would put their pictures on my wall and work out and do push-ups looking at them. And I would know their moves. I would know everything. You know, I remember Kenny Smith after his dunk contest, he stood at the free throw line and threw the ball between his legs legs, threw it off the backboard and dunked. I went in the backyard in Detroit, shoveled the snow, and we worked on that dunk all night, freezing. I mean, you have to love it. So, you know, when you love something, my father taught me it's not work. And so you got to start with the love, and then all the other work and dedication is just part of the journey.
I love the message, but boy, I like that Kenny Smith story. That is a great story.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Unloads from 13. Again, the miss by Horford. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
Just 5 on the clock. No good from Valanciunas. For Pittsburgh, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Now, here's Dunn, guarded by Harden. Livingston kicks to Dunn. Chandler a screen to the right side. And here's Booker from the arc. Rebounded by the Bucks. And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism. But Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also he's got terrific hands, and you see that with all the steals he racks up.
Now here's Dunn, guarded by Harden. For 3, Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm, and if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Thomas kicks to Harden. That's good, and it's Thomas picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Picked by Horford. Here's Livingston. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy on a recent huddle.
Hey, get our defense and rebound.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh trails by 6. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Hands out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then it's Harden, and it's Thomas in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Horford. Thomas against Booker. Out to the right wing. Here's Dunn. Oh, good with the triple.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Took him no time at all on that one. Harden's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bucks. Pittsburgh shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Chandler kicks to Horford. The rebound by the Bucks. Nance has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Thomas outside. Not going to go that time. So Pittsburgh will take it the other way. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Dunn kicks to Booker. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Chandler. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Harden on the wing. Pulls it up. And too long on the shot. Pittsburgh trails by 9. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. He gets that one.
The defense better do a better job realizing that Horford is a very capable shooter from there. You can't leave him open.
Screen by Valanciunas. Now here's Thomas. The feed to Parsons. In the corner. Harden. Lock at 6. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Oh, that's straight out of Harden's playbook. Go on the attack, drive the lane, force the defense into foul.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
What makes Harden so special is his explosiveness. This guy can just turn it on whenever he wants to on offense.
In transition, here comes Pittsburgh. Livingston is running. Bucket is good.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Screen by Valanciunas. Thomas kicks to Harden. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Harden's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
I mean, and just think about it, Kevin. With Harden, he can score from just about anywhere, even the locker room. I mean, when he's scoring from a number of spots, the D is in for a long day.
Thomas against Booker. And there's Pittsburgh with another bucket.
That's a tough size matchup there, and he takes advantage of it from mid-range.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Harden dishes to Valanciunas. They set the pick. Back to Harden. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. They trail by 9. 46 seconds left in the 4th. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out. And they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. So Pittsburgh ends up going with a whole new group. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Williams comes in for Nance. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Valanciunas. And Shumpert in there for Thomas. The shot by Harkless, no good. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback.
And so it's Milwaukee now. 7-point differential. Harden kicks to Harkless. And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Horford with 30, Booker with 27, got 4 for 11 from shooting. Livingston with 18, Chandler with 33 boards and 12 points. Dunn with 6 points, 9 boards, 9 assists. Harden with 69 points, 6 boards, 6 assists. Thomas with 24 and 6 assists. Then Parsons with 15-15. Valanciunas was 6-12-12, 9. Larry Nance was 6-12-6. Or 6-12-3. And Bucks probably pretty much won that just through free throws and way more points in the paint.